do a praise dance, which is so deep and emotional. If anybody has to stand up to worship or needs to do something, y'all might hear me scream or shout. Sorry, I can't hold it in because God is good. And after that, we have Victor coming. He said he's on his way. He's going to share his testimony. And then we wrap up the end of the meeting. All the phones are off. No one's going live or nothing like that. And we can share testimonies. And every single time, it's such a moving moment. I think it's the beginning. I mean, we have talented people that come and speak or sing, but I feel like it's just a build up and to invite God in. And it's like the end of the meeting when people share their testimonies or ask for prayer. It feels like that's like the most powerful. And you just feel God's presence so awesome. So welcome. You guys haven't been here before. And now Sheena's going to come. Our guitarist couldn't make it tonight. He had another event. Now he's like booked every single day of the week. But he will be back, I believe, next month. Yeah, he'll be back from here on out. So Sheena, it's going to sound just as amazing without him. So please come up, Sheena. Come on, girl. Amen, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. It's always good when we're in the presence of God, amen. So, y'all know I say the same thing every time. Be free to worship however you see fit to worship God. How many of you know it's just something about the name Jesus that just kind of makes everything okay?
Yeah.
We know him to be our strong tower and our refuge and our healer, and he's just everything that we need. So the song is just simply talking about how beautiful he is to us, amen. So just take this time and be free in God and just begin to worship him in your own way. His presence in. You were the Word at the beginning, one with God the Lord Most High. Your hidden glory in creation, now revealed in you are Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. You didn't want heaven without us. So Jesus, you brought heaven down. My sin was great, your love was greater. What can separate us now? What a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a wonderful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus.
What a beautiful name it is, the name of Jesus. Oh, we worship you, Jesus. Yes. You have no rival. You have no equal. Now and forever, God, you reign. Yours is the kingdom. Yours is the glory. Yours is the name above all names. What a powerful name it is. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a powerful name it is. Nothing can stand against. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus. You have no rival. You have no equal. Now and forever, God, you reign. Yours is the kingdom. Yours is the glory. Yours is the name above all names. What a powerful name it is. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a powerful name it is. Nothing can stand against. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. It will break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. It will break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus. There is power in the name of Jesus to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. Break every chain, 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 break every chain. There's an army rising up. There's an army rising up. There's an army rising up, yes, to break every chain, 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 to break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. The name will break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. We worship you, Jesus. We take this time to worship you, Jesus. You're worthy of our praise. You're worthy of our worship, Jesus. We love you, we love you, we love you. We love you, we love you, we love you, Jesus. We love you, we love you. Hallelujah, Jesus. I just begin to worship him. So worthy, Jesus. So worthy, Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Come on, sing that. He's gonna come out, and if you guys haven't been in a church that does this, it's gonna take you a few seconds to figure out what she's doing. But she's going to basically tell her story without saying a word. The song's gonna speak, and her emotions and her body is going to reiterate what the song is saying. So come on, Kimon, girl, bless us. And then we'll have Mr. Victor speak.
You don't know what I've been through. Let me share my story with you. All the things that he brought me through. The stormy days and the rainy days. You don't know all the tears I've cried, the things I've kept bottled up inside, trying my best to be strong, waiting on God and holding on. Don't know what I had to endure, and you wonder why I'm so sure. 'Cause my Father never lets me down. He's always around, even when I can't see. Don't know how many times I prayed. All I know, but my situation didn't change. Never changed. Just when I felt like it was the end, you came and you did it again. You did it again. You did it again. I know you got a story too. How God stepped in and made a way for you. He might every one of your tears, and He's the reason you're still here. Don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You just don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Tell somebody you just don't know. I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Just don't know you.
So I think at the end of that song, it just repeatedly said, like, you just don't know. And we don't know. Like, I guarantee you, everybody in this room has been through something. Or going through something. And it's not a coincidence that you're here. And I think it's been an interesting week for me with my grandmother passing away. But it's been good, because God makes good at everything. And I get to see my family all together on Christmas, well, the weekend before Christmas. And that's what I'm rolling with. And my nanny would be happy. It's funny because I had my little spiel written out and go talk about how in 1 Samuel, how like when God gives us something, a blessing, and we promise it to him, we make sure we give it back and pass it on to people. I had all this little cool 2-minute thing. But Shimoni brought up something earlier because I ran into a man in the laundromat today. And he said, hi, how you doing? The older guy. And he kind of got me flustered. And even like you came up to your laundromat and you could tell I was flustered. Like I was flustered because his conversation was, when he asked me like, okay, young lady, what's your 10-year plan? And I'm doing my laundry because my washer broke. I don't even want to be at the laundromat in the first place because y'all know there's people that touched it. I'm sorry, I'm just germaphobe. My God is good and he will protect me, right? And I pray over the washer and the dryer. Lord, please don't give me no bed bugs or anything. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I don't know. My kids graduate from high school. And you know, like, I don't know. I don't know what the 10-year plan is for me. I said, God will direct me, and that's who I'm allowed to lead. He goes, God, huh? Well, I don't really believe in God. You know, I just kind of like, I keep a small circle around me of friends, people I trust, and that's who I roll with. Okay. Why don't you believe in God? I'm like, Sheree, shut up. Like, just get your laundry done. And he was like, because I believe the Bible was written, and this is what he told me, by white people to allow us to believe that slavery was real and needed to happen. Okay, I'm seeing where you're going. The conversation continued on, and I was getting a little flustered, and I was almost arguing with him, and I realized I was arguing with him. And I was like, that's not what Jesus did. Like, I mean, he did flip tables a couple times or something like that, but I'm not gonna like turn the table over the laundromat. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna prove the point. So I said, you know what? Here's what I know. When I got tired of doing things my way, when I got sick of being let down and having a microwave set of happiness come to me, where I had to prepare the meal, put it in the microwave, cook it, take it out, as soon as it cooled down, it wasn't good, and I had to do that over and over and over again for my life, I realized I didn't want that. I wanted pure happiness. And before I even picked up a Bible, as in on my own terms and read it, I had already dropped to my knees and asked God to come into my life and help me. And I felt a peace in my spirit ever since then. And I didn't turn around and I turned perfect that day, because the more I learned, the more I realized I ain't never gonna be perfect. It ain't not gonna happen. That's not what he expects me to be. He expects me to allow him to step into my life and guide me and direct me. He expects me to admit that I am weak and he makes me strong. And I realized that only he can turn a mess into a message and a test into a testimony. And I say, God, you tested me and I feel tested. But what I'm going to tell this man right now is about my testimony. And here we are the same day as a circle gathering. And the only way I could shut that man up is by telling him my testimony, because I realized I wasn't getting anywhere because he already had his mindset. And that's how the conversation ended. And in the Bible, it does tell us to share our testimony, use our testimony. That's what we know, it's the truth. Don't be ashamed of it. If somebody makes you feel ashamed of it, it's probably because their own insecurities and things they're going through. And all that does is open the door for you to pray for them. Like, sometimes I'm like, God, am I supposed to pray like just all day? Like, you want me to just sit in the house? And I think sometimes that's like, it is, it's okay. I've been out for bereavement, and I really didn't take the time for myself and to kind of cry, even though that feels weak when I cry. But that's when God speaks to me, because he realizes I'm allowing me to be in my flesh and allowing him to enter in and be who he is, God, because I'm not God. So with that being said, that's my little spiel. Everything I wrote was just thrown out the door, and that's how God will do. God will change your plans in a heartbeat. Won't he, Victor? He'll change your plans real quick. So you guys, this man like, made national news, you know, we can like point that out, he's famous, like, but it's not because of an overnight success. It's because he had a testimony. He had something, and he realized he was put on this earth for a reason, which we all are here for a reason. Only the enemy makes us think anything different. We have a lot of power in us. If we just let God come in and take over and guide us. So Victor's gonna tell us how God did that. Yeah, come on, Victor.
Good evening, everybody. I sound asleep. I said good evening.
Good evening.
That song that she danced to, wow, I gotta download that.
Yes.
Let me tell you, so before I briefly tell you my story and tell you how I got to where I am today, when I listened to that song, and she kept saying, you just don't know, or he kept saying, you just don't know. When I publicly shared my story 2 months ago, there was people this close to me on a day-to-day basis that didn't know what I was going through. So when you go through something, everybody around you doesn't know. And I always tell my kids, my son says I know everyone in the world, because I speak to everyone. I don't care who you are, I'm speaking. Black, white, pink, purple, I don't care. I'm talking to you. He counts. That's 2,000,001. No, you just don't know who day you can change by a simple hello.
That's true.
So I speak to everyone. But let me give you an overview. If you don't know it, I'll give you a brief overview and I'll jump into, how I am or where I am today in life. So, I'm 39 years old. I turned 40 in a week and a half. So, God has been good during these 40 years of my life.
Amen.
So, in the first/second grade, in that summer, I was arrested for the first time. This would start my life journey. Okay? In the second grade, I failed the second grade because I struggled with reading and writing. By the fifth grade, I was suspended for fighting. Sixth grade, suspended for fighting. Seventh, eighth grade, I was arrested yet again. This time I'm arrested because I went out to steal some cars at 2 in the morning with the crew. The ninth grade, I was suspended for trying to fight a teacher. Going into the 11th grade, now the 10th, 11th grade, I kind of died down a little bit because I was on probation. And I didn't want to get in any more trouble. But once they released the probation, I was back to it. So 11th grade, I was arrested again. 12th grade, I was arrested twice my senior year. School started in September, I was arrested in September. School ended in May, I was arrested in May. So I was on this path, this journey. That was in 1999. 2001, arrested. 2003, arrested. 2005, arrested. 2007, arrested. 2008, arrested. And I finally got to a point in 2008 when I said, you know what? It's time for me to get out the way.
Yeah.
It's time for me to get out the way. Because clearly my plan isn't working. All the drugs and the cars and everything that I did that I thought was cool and I was caught up in, the guy kept taking it. I was holding on to stuff that he didn't want me to have. I bought a car, put rims on it, they steal the car. I go get the car and try and do it again. Like he was taking it for a reason. He was trying to get my attention, but the whole time I was trying to be, at the time my nickname was Playboy Vic. I was trying to be Playboy Vic. I was trying to hold this image. And that's a problem we have in our community, especially with young men. We try to uphold this image for the world. And I remember the one time when I first stopped, it kind of hurt my feelings. This young lady said, Vic fell off. No, Vic ain't fall off. Don't do me like that. But so as a young man, my ego was bruised. But what I didn't realize was that dark period I was in, God was developing me for something greater.
Yes.
But I had to get out the way in order for him to take me through that full journey. So in 2008, I went back to school. What led me to go back to school in 2008? There's a picture of my son that I share when I'm going to my presentations. My son is holding a bundle of money. It's $10,000 cash, drug money. He was 2 years old. And I was like, whoa, I gotta show him something different. Because he'll pick up where I left off if I don't. So I was like, what I'm gonna do? I don't know. I'm broke. If I don't sell drugs, I'm broke. My child support was through the roof. They wanted that money, so whatever. I made the mistake of having children and not being married, so I paid the price. But I love my children, they changed my life. So anyway, I enrolled in school in 2008, and it was at that moment where I really was still unsure of where I was going. I was still trying to go down my path. So I began school went fine, graduated in 2010 with a bachelor's degree in 2 years. That's how accelerated I was in school, because I was trying to get somewhere. Like, I gotta make up for some lost time. So in 2 years, I got a bachelor's degree. So now I'm traveling with this music degree, I'm with the Grammys, I interned in New York with Atlantic Records, I'm around all these celebrities, and I remember sitting in a hotel room in Miami, and I felt so empty. And I was like, this is not what he wanted me to do with my life. But I didn't know what he wanted me to do. But I felt empty. I was there by myself on the 4th of July, and the next day I had a big event that I was working, but I felt empty, all alone. So I began to just try to listen and see what it was he had for my life. Still didn't know. Came back home from that event, and I'm like, okay, cool. I kept working and grinding this music thing, this entertainment thing. It's just not going the way I thought it was supposed to go. I got the degree, y'all wanted me to, and Atlantic Records, they cut my internship short because of my arrest record. Oh my gosh, here we go with this thing again. Every time I open a new door, or I think I've opened a new door, here comes my past. But it was a reason that my past kept showing up. One, because I hadn't dealt with it. I hadn't dealt with it. So I would try to cover it up and keep people from knowing what I had been through, and I hadn't dealt with it. So God, every time that door opened, he would let it be seen again. So I lost that internship, I'm back in Toledo, I'm working with Toledo Edison. Toledo Edison comes to me one day and they say, hey, supervisor pulls me to the side and says, hey, the company wants to know if you'd be interested in a supervisor position. No, I'm moving to New York. Nobody want to work with y'all, man, I'm cool. Nobody want to do this the rest of their life. And he was like, listen, think about it over the weekend. All right, I think about it. So one day I get up to go to church. That weekend, that Sunday, I get up to go to church. I'm on my way to my church. Now I lived off of Auburn and Monroe, so I'm headed to Nebraska and Vernon to go to church. And as I get closer to my church, the spirit is real loud in my ear. It's like real loud. No, you need to go visit this church over there. Going to visit, going where I'm comfortable. God got a strange way of putting us in a spot where we're gonna be uncomfortable. That's what he has to do to shake us up to grow. So I'm like, I'm driving, I'm turning the corner, this is louder, I'm like, I'm not going. And he gets to the point where I say, okay, let me be obedient. I turn around and the church is in the opposite direction and I go. And the pastor, he's up there, he's preaching, he's doing his thing. I go in, I slide in and sit down, boom. He stopped in the middle of his sermon, and this is word for word what this pastor said. I got a screenshot from when I wrote it on Facebook. At the time he said it, I didn't believe it. He said, I don't know who this message is for, but the Spirit of the Lord just told me, you've been offered a promotion and you turned it down. I began to slide. He said he understands your education isn't in that field and your desires and with that organization. If you don't take this opportunity, you'll be stuck where you are the rest of your life. Woo. Guess what I did on Monday? Excuse me. Seriously, because I knew that I was in the way when this man I had never met had spoken. I was like, whoa, God is real. Let me really get out the way. But at the time I thought stuck, because I was a frontline employee at the time, I thought stuck meant I would be stuck in that job. He was talking about my mind. I never had a desire for a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, let alone a PhD. But he was talking about my mind. So the opportunity came, they accepted me, they promoted me, I became a supervisor. Within 30 days, I was enrolled for a master's degree. Still trying to do this entertainment thing, because that's what my degree is in. And these doors just not opening, like, Lord, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. This is where this is where I want to go. And he's like, no, that's not where I'm taking you. I'm being hard-headed and I'm still pushing for it. As I get closer to the end of the master's program, which was 13 months, accelerated, flew through it. I hear the voice say, go for a PhD. And I'm like, no, bro. Now I felt 7th grade because I couldn't read and write. So I skated through I slid through the little bachelor's and master's program. I got through. I ain't going for no PhD. I had to go look and find out what the requirements were to even get the PhD. Like, what is this? So I see it and I'm like, okay. I said, but wait, they got this doctorate program. That should be cool. I enrolled. The Friday before classes started, the spirit was weighing on me heavy. Like, that's not what I told you to do. Bruh. No, we gonna go ahead and get the doctorate degree. You don't gotta write no paper, no big paper, you know, you just, it was so loud on me, so heavy. And I remembered where I was once before, where that spirit was heavy on me, and I had benefited by being obedient, right? So I called the counselor or the missions, and I said, I need to switch into the PhD program. Switched in. So I get into the PhD program. Anybody want to guess that has never heard me share this story? Want to guess what the first class was I had to take? Anybody want to guess? Writing. I'm struggling with reading and writing. Like, how is you going? But that's the fundamentals of getting a PhD. I had to face them skeletons I had been running from all those years. All those years. But what I later found out was, or figured out was it was my struggle with reading and writing that led to arrest after arrest after arrest after arrest after arrest, because my confidence was shot. So I would do things to get this attention that I thought was positive attention, because I lacked in other areas. I always showed out in the classroom. Don't ask me to read, because I'm gonna flip a table. You said, Jesus, I'm flipping the table so I can get kicked out. I'm being honest. I got kicked out of class because I didn't want to be embarrassed. But, so I get in the first class, and I remember going home to my mom, and I said, ooh, man, Mom, I gotta write this 15-page paper. I don't know what these people think I'm supposed to do. I don't have that in me. So I didn't realize it was all just reading and writing for a PhD. And she said, I wondered if you knew what you was getting yourself into. And I felt like she was kind of dissing me. And I'm like, dang, that's how you feel. But I let her realize she watched her son from the 2nd grade go through that downward depression, that spiral, because he failed and he struggled with reading and writing. She didn't want him to relive that moment. I'm gonna prove to her though. I'm gonna prove this. So that quarter goes by, I pass, boom, I'm feeling good, right? 2nd quarter comes, and this is where God truly stepped in and changed everything, and I finally figured out what he was trying to do with my life. We go to Atlanta. Everybody remember the ice storm in Atlanta a couple of years back? I think it was 2014. Atlanta was shut down. I'm talking about the cars was parked on the side expressway, and I'm laughing because I'm like, I'm picking my rental car up. I could do an Uber service here. Y'all don't know how to drive in this? And I'm going down the expressway, and this car is lining the side of the expressway because the people done left their cars. They didn't know how to drive in this snowy, icy weather. So I get there anyway, and I visit family, visit some friends, and then I have to go to class for 2 days. And I get there, everybody's dressed nice and professional, and they speak well, and here I come in sweats. I got a ball cap on, and I'm walking like this. I'm like, yeah, I don't belong here. I don't know if this is for me. I started to question myself. And I heard a young man say, well, you know, if you don't pass the exam, you only get 2 chances to take it. If you don't pass the exam, they give you a piece of paper and tell you thank you. Oh man, I ain't good at taking tests. Now I'm shocked from that perspective. I'm taking it from every angle. So I get to class, and all these intelligent people, they know what their study is. And we're sitting in the tables like this, and you have to get up and give your presentation of what your study's gonna be. And I'm seeing everybody working hard and putting the presentation together, and I'm sitting over there standing at the computer like, what is this? What? I don't know what to do. I was lost. I didn't know what my research would be. I was lost. And I said, you know what, I'm done. I got a master's degree. I'm good. My hood proud of me. I'm going home. I got up from the table. I was sitting in the corner like that, and I got up from the table and walked out, went up to my hotel room. When I got to into my hotel room, because I went down early, I left all the curtains closed, so it was dark. And I'm in there pacing. Man, he really gonna quit? All right, yeah, we done. So because I had been traveling with music, I would always call home and talk to my children. So I call home and talk to my daughter. Got on the phone. Now she's mine because I raised her since she was 6 months. Can't tell me nothing different. But anyway, she says, Vic, and I say that because she calls me Vic still. She says, Vic, where you at? You know, how's it going? What you doing? I share with her what I'm doing, how's it going. And she's like, all right, I'll talk to you later, I love you. talking to my youngest boy at the time. He's like, hey dad, you know, what you doing? Da, da, da. He's young, so he don't really understand. But it was when I talked to my middle child that changed the rest of my life. And he said, hey dad, what's going on? I said, oh, nothing much, you know, just out down here in class, I'm in Atlanta. And he said, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I get home. And he said, okay. And right before we hung up the phone, the Spirit of the Lord moved in. My son said to me, I'll talk to you later, future Dr. Coleman. I hung up the phone and I began to cry. God used the smallest person in my life to encourage me when I didn't believe in myself. And I sat in that room in tears. It was dark. It was me by myself yet again. And I'm like, Lord, what? If I give up, I'm telling him it's okay to give up because he's watching me. He's watching me. So I said, all right. And then the Spirit, the voice said to me, you're not just his father, you're his mentor. And I wiped my eyes and I said, huh? And I began to go to the door. And I'm trying to clear my face because I don't want anybody to ask why I'm crying when I get down to the classroom. And I typed in the word mentor. And what I later figured out was God was trying to use my life story to mentor other young men. I didn't know it the whole time. All that I had gone through, I didn't even realize that life is about me. When I get a phone call to come share my story, I come. Because I realize it's bigger than me at this point. It's so much bigger than me. There's so many young men in this world lost and looking for an answer. They're looking for an example. I'm not perfect, and that's the first thing I tell. I'm still not perfect. So if you're looking for perfection, give up on that right now. None of us are perfect. And I share that with so many young men. I talked to a young man on my way here, literally. He's going to be a piece of work for me. But you know what? I'm up to the challenge. His mom reached out to me when I spoke at Sky High School last month. And she asked me if I would talk to her son. And I talked to him. I called him yesterday. Sorry, the day before. And he said, who this? Hello? Yeah, who this? I said, I switched it up. This Dr. Coleman. Oh, yeah, my mom told me you was going to call. I said, listen, man, my name's Vic, man. Hold on. We're going to talk in a different kind of way for a minute. I ain't one of your boys, man. Slow down. So he was supposed to call me back. He never did. He called me tonight. I missed his call because I was somewhere else, and then I called him back. Called him back, he's talking about, yeah. I'm like, bro, man, I'm trying to help you out, man. What is the yeah? Come on, man, get out your way. I said, listen, tomorrow, call me about 12, 1 o'clock. I'll come get you. We going to lunch. I mean, what's this about? I said, I'm coming to get you. We going to lunch. Like, I don't want nothing from you. I just want to learn about you. So he like, oh, okay. I mean, like, what do you do? I mean, I'm trying to, I said, listen, I want to share my story with you and share some of my resources with you so you can have a better opportunity for yourself. I said, you know, Willie Knight, that's my dude. He said, oh yeah, I went through the program. I said, I'm not a program. I'm glad you went through the program. What I was trying to tell you was, is brothers like him and I out here trying to help y'all. You went through the program, cool, but I'm not a program, young man. I'm a resource.
That's good.
I'm a resource. I sit at the table with multimillionaires. I'm a resource, young man. Let me help you. That's the only reason I got you on the phone and I'm asking you to go to lunch tomorrow. You're like, yeah, all right, I'll call you tomorrow about 12. I'm like, you missed everything I said to you. But my point is, I don't care where I go and what I do. I mean, my phone rings a lot now since I share my story. But it really, what the Bible says, your gift will make room for you. I've always been told I'm animated. I used to get offended. I ain't animated. But then I stand up and talk in front of people, I was like, oh, you are animated. Oops. Oops. But my point is my gift is making room for me. Yeah. My story is changing people's lives. We all have a story. Don't sit on your story.
That's good.
Everybody in this room has a story. Don't feel like your story is not good enough. I watched, how much time I got? I can talk about that. I was watching Ellen the other night with my mom, her greatest night of giveaways, all of that.
Mhm.
So my mom and I were talking about the young soldier who she gifted some things to, and you typically think, well, what did he do? You know, my story, how does my story match is how we think. He didn't do anything, but she blessed him because he shared his story.
Yeah, that's good.
He shared his story.
Yeah.
And his story is gonna help somebody. It may not be you, it may not be me, but it's helping someone out there. Share your story. Don't be ashamed. I was ashamed of my mugshot. I thought corporate America was gonna let me go when they found out who they really hired. Guess what? They embraced it more. They said, how can we help you tell your story? How can we help you tell your story? You know why? I tell people all the time, a good organization gave me a great opportunity and I took advantage of it. They helped with tuition reimbursement. They exposed me to some things that I wasn't seeing on Auburn and Monroe. My life has been changed. Share your story.
Yeah.
People don't know your story if you don't share it. I feel bad that I sat on my story all those years and people so close to me didn't even know. My mom didn't know all that I was going through. Share your story. We all have been given a gift to help somebody change their life. All right? That's all I got. Everybody got any questions for me? Any questions? Any questions? No bad questions. All questions are good.
They're gonna ask you privately afterwards.
All right, well, thank you for your time.